One of the most frequently asked questions that I get, that we all get as realtors, is how's the market? Cynthia, how is the market? And in all honesty, I think it's a very fair question. See, homeowners want to know if their equity is protected and if they put their home on the market, will buyers come? Buyers, on the other hand, want to know, is this the right time to buy or should I just keep renting? So today, instead of just talking about how the market is doing here in Salem, Massachusetts, today we're going to dive into some of the tools that we use. Specifically, we're going to dive into what the MLS data says and some of our other tools like Alto's research says. So be prepared to geek out with me. But first, coffee, because we need coffee while I figure out how to share my screen. All right. So, like I said, we are going to first talk about what the data is looking like from the MLS. Okay. Coffee is life, guys. All right. So we're taking a look at the MLS data right now. Single family homes. You can see I've marked off already single family and then everything that's currently active on the market. I want to take a look at what is happening right now in Salem, Massachusetts. Our zip code is 01970. So when I take a look at 01970 here in Salem, it's telling me that we currently have four homes available for sale. Yeah, it's today, January 8th. As of 9:53 a.m., we have four single-family homes available for sale. The price for those homes ranges from 539, as you can see here, 1 Harrington Court listed at 539, and it goes all the way up to $2.25 million over at 25 Washington Square. Yes, I know. If I didn't have that last Starbucks, I could have maybe been able to buy 25 Washington Square. Outside of that, let's take a look at the median list price. We can see that down here. Median list price in Salem is 614,450, and the median days on market right now is 16. Okay. Not very many options available to you, but it is just the beginning of the year, right? So that's number one. We take a look at what's currently active on the market. Then we go ahead and we take a look, well, what is under agreement? What was on the market and currently has an accepted offer or a contract pending a closing? Currently in the city of Salem, there are 13 single-family homes currently under agreement at some stage of the closing process. Okay, that price, the list price ranges from 449 all the way down to a whopping $870,000, bringing our median list price to 650 and our median days on market 23. Here's the magic number, the number that you really want to pay attention to. Median days to offer, 17. That means it's taking median 17 days after a home is listed to receive an offer. This number is drastically higher than what we saw during COVID, right? Or even at the end of last year, where our days to offer were like in the single digits. So things are staying longer in the market. That has to do a lot with the way interest rates came up during the summer, topping out at about an 8%, and then how the interest rates have began to drop down. It also takes into account the fact that we just came out of the holiday season. And so seasonality plays a role into it. So 17 days to offer currently for homes currently under agreement. Now you're asking me, Cynthia, what about homes that are sold? I could show you homes that are sold for January, but again, we only have 8 days. So instead, I'm going to show you homes that sold December to December so that we could compare that data. And then I'm going to show you sold and other data from Alto's research. So let's take a look at December 1st, 2022, right? Through December 31st, 2022, just so that we can have a basis here. December 2022, we had 13 homes sell. Those were homes that were on the market, let's say September, no, not September, October and November, right? And then ended up closing in December. Those homes closed starting at 285 and they ranged all the way down to 864. Median list price at that time was 549.9, so 550, okay? And then the median sale price was 555, right? So just a little bit over asking price. They listed at about 550 and they sold at about 555. Look at this right here. This is what I was talking about. Median days to offer was 7. Now it's 17, okay? So expect your homes to be on the market a little bit longer than they have in the past, okay? So that was December 2022. Now we take a look at December 2023 so that we could compare apples to apples, right? December to December. December 2023, so just a few days ago, we had 11 homes sell. 11. Again, those were homes that were listed and went under agreement October, November, December, and then sold in December. We have sale price. Let me sort this by sale price. We have sale prices in December from $390 all the way down to $805, which brings our median list price to $539.9. So $540. It was the list price. That's $10,000 lower than the median list price December 2022. And then the median sale price was $546. So the spread between list price and sale price remained pretty similar December to December, although this year it's a little bit lower. This past year's a little bit lower, okay? Now, again, remember, we had interest rates skyrocket this past year. So people pulled out of the market. And what I think we're going to begin to see is that now that interest rates have topped out from 8% and are now sitting at a comfortable 6.6%, those buyers that pulled out of the market and those sellers that decided to hold off, they're going to come back on the market. I suspect that spring is going to be very, very hot here in Salem, both for buyers and for sellers. We're going to see a lot more inventory. We're going to see a lot more traffic, and buyers are not going to be messing around. They're going to see a home, they're going to put their offer in, and they're going to close on it really, really quickly. Okay, so that's my expectation. Now, one more data point that I want you to take a look at is my geek out moment. This is the Altos data that I look at on a weekly basis. This gives me a snapshot of whether or not we're in a seller's market and what that market action index is telling me. Right now, as of January 8th, we are sitting comfortably in a seller's market with a market action index of 83. That means that the market currently favors the seller as far as pricing, as far as negotiation. And that has to do a lot with the fact that we only have 4 homes available for sale. 4. We need more inventory to be able to turn this into a buyer's market. Unfortunately, I don't see the inventory coming to the market at such great depths to be able to turn it into a buyer's market. That said, I do suspect that this year we're going to see things begin to level out. All right. And the reason why I say that is this is an election year, guys. The feds do not want to mess around with the stock market. They don't want to mess around with housing. They don't want to mess around with unemployment, especially during an election year. That's my reminder telling me that I know. I should go pick up my son. But before I go, I know, Alexa, stop. Thank you. Before I go, I don't know how to turn this baby off, so I'm just going to turn it off. Okay. So, where was I? Oh, this is an election year. Being that it's an election year, they are not going to rock the boat. Not at all. All right. The feds have already announced they're expected to drop the rate. That's going to be dependent on how inflation plays out, but they're not going to rock the boat. Interest rates are going to continue to climb down. MBA has predicted that we're going to see interest rates end the year in the low 6s, high 5s. That means those buyers that came out of the market during the summer when it peaked at 8% are going to jump back in. To you, the seller, that means more buyers that are ready, willing, and able to make that move. Those are buyers that are not willing to leave it up to chance and miss out on the opportunity to lock something in at a 6% as opposed to 8%, potentially the interest rate coming back up. Okay. Buyers, what does this mean for you? It means that you have a short window of time to make a move. This information isn't really out there for very many people. You have this information. So my recommendation to you is, knowing what is coming, jump ahead of it. Lock your home in, your dream home in, lock your interest rate in. Expect interest rates to drop, and then be prepared to refinance to a lower rate when the time comes. Now, when is it the right time to buy? I think here in New England, we're very political beings. So I think that the perfect time for you to purchase a home is going to be between now and August 30th. Why August 30th? Because September 1st really ramps up the beginning of the political season, or maybe the tail end of the political season. We're going to see a lot of political ads, a lot of mud being thrown around. And while it is true that absolutely nobody on the face of this beautiful country determines when they're going to make a move based on who is sitting in the White House, the reality is that all of that mud throwing and those ads and creates uncertainty and anxiety. And as we saw during the summer, uncertainty and anxiety means that people keep their hands in their pocket as opposed to spending that money. So between now and August 30th is when I believe the majority of the homes will be sold. It's when you should be making a move. The reality is, if you're in the market, you should be looking to make a purchase prior to the spring market so that you can take advantage of that refi on the way down, and you don't have as much competition as you would in the spring and the summer markets. So that's the city of Salem in a quick snapshot. We can go over this data for Lynn, Peabody, any other city or town that you may want to dive into. As you can see, I love data and I love to geek out over it. So we're welcome to chat about this whenever you want. Just hit me up, leave me a comment, and let me know what you guys think. So this is Cynthia Nina-Soto here at Nina-Soto Realty. I hope you have found this information helpful, and I can't wait to see you in the comments. Bye for now. Take care.